Hi, how's everyone? I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning and welcome if you are new. We're doing the moon reading today. Moon is in Sagittarius, so this is for any Sagittarius placements you may have. Sag rising, sun, north node, if you have a stellium in Sagittarius. Anything like that, look in your chart to see where Sagittarius is placed in it. Every house rules an area of life. So that may be the area of life that this is playing out. I do have a little bit of a write up for you. Um, so um, let's go through what's happening in your sign. There is a little bit going on. I'll try to be brief so we can get right to the tarot. So, the waning crescent moon is right now. It's a time of release and shedding what is no longer serving you. Imagine the waning moon process as the beginning of something withering away. Um, with gratitude and grace, it's this time that we let go of old habits, negative thought patterns, and unhealthy attachments. It's a time for introspection and preparation for new beginnings. Give attention to your rest and your self care, both physically and emotionally. So, Sag, this may be a time for some philosophical house cleaning. You are the wanderer, the learner, the philosopher. And along your travels, be they inner or outer, you may accumulate things that are not conducive to your health and growth. It's time to reflect. Preserve what is useful and purge what isn't. Let go of outdated directives, unfruitful endeavors, and cycles that have run their course. This clears your energy, your time, and your mental energy for new plans to begin after the new moon. You may feel sentimental at this time, like when you're cleaning out an old drawer and you come across something that sparks a fond memory. Our dreams, maybe, of traveling and meeting people, even of conferring with a spiritual teacher. Good transits at this time are the moon trine to Chiron in Aries. So this placement denotes a wounding to our self esteem, self worth, vitality, boldness, and confidence. There is an acknowledgement here of those feelings, and we're being kind to ourselves while addressing them. But it's not easy because although we are giving ourselves enough grace to see them, we are still feel powerless to actually change anything. Because though the moon and Chiron are trying, Chiron in Aries is squaring Aries ruler Mars, which is retrograde in Cancer. Cancer ruled by the delicate moon, which is in you right now. Also, the moon is in opposition with your ruler, Jupiter, in Gemini. So there may be contention here between what your heart is telling you and what you are being told. Conversations may be jovial and robust, but something about them isn't sitting right with your intuition. That's what I've got. So we'll go right to the tarot and see how this is playing out, possibly in the energies. The way I do the moon readings is I go through the decks and I find the moon card. I pull what's behind it, which is what's in the shadow still, and what's in front of it, which is what is being illuminated to us and the energies that we're attending to at the moment. So, from the first light tarot, behind the moon, you've got your well being. So, this is something that maybe you're not outwardly addressing. And we were talking about that the waning moon is a time to address letting go of things for your own good, for your well being, for your growth, for your rest, and for preparation for planting something for the new cycle. Now, the well being card here designates accepting guidance and enlightenment. Okay, so like I was saying in the reading, our dreams may be of traveling, because the moon does rule dreams. Um, so does Pisces, but they're deeper kind of. They're like how can I say this? The moon rules, I mean, the Pisces rules very deep, much deeper dreams. I don't know how to explain the difference, but the moon does rule what's in the shadows, what we're dealing with under the ego. And since it is a night energy, she does have influence into what we're dreaming about. So, like I was saying in the reading, our dreams may be, especially with Mars retrograde in Cancer, our dreams may be a little upheaved. Maybe they're just weird, you know? Um, but there could be a lot of traveling, a lot of talking to people, a lot of working things out. And it's in this energy sometimes that we come out of dreaming and we're still tired because it feels like we've been doing things in our sleep when we're supposed to be resting. But there is an element here of being aware of some inner um, lessons, downloads, and that did come out in the code card over here. So there is something about our well-being, accept guidance and enlightenment. Okay, that could have something to do with that Jupiter in Gemini. Gemini is the researcher, kind of like a Virgo, but Gemini loves to think, loves to talk, loves to express and communicate. Jupiter is there, your ruling planet. Jupiter is a sign of expansion and growth and blessing and ease. Jupiter loves ease. So there may be easy, like I was saying, easy communication, but with that moon um in opposition to it, there could be something where it's just not sitting right with you. So this gives me on top of the well-being card, you we dropped the 7 of cups in reverse. Now the 7 of cups to me is like the vision board where you imagine all the possibilities, you make a choice, you choose which one you want. You have to change your energy to actually connect with the choice that you're making. But the card in the upright you see has all these things that could be emotionally fulfilling, but you have to make the choice. It's all these options, right? Whether they're real or imagined. That's the thing. And on top of the moon here, behind the moon, this could be false fantasy. On top of the well being, this has a feeling of using distractions that they're not real in a certain sense in order to um, self placate. Okay. This is just basically using emotional distractions for our well being instead of actually digging into awareness of what we need. Okay. And accepting the guidance that our higher self is trying to convey. On the other side of the moon, in the illuminated part, we've got the card called Code. And Code is a really interesting one. I don't run across this idea in any other deck, but this is a kind of a universal language. It represents dreams, symbols, and downloads. It's puzzles, synchronicities, coincidences, and signs. The key to this card and what it's trying to teach us is that when we can read the small things, the small signs, the cardinal singing in our door, in our window, that when we usually never see cardinals, or number syncs, or we could be just half-heartedly kind of having the TV on in the background while we do something else, and then suddenly our ears tune in and we hear a certain sentence or a certain phrase or a snippet of conversation, and it really resonates with us. That's intended for you. Okay? So many times we run across those things and we dismiss them as imagination, coincidence. It's not meant for me. Ooh, that's weird, but it doesn't mean anything. Wrong. It's all meant for you. And when you tune in to those little signs and synchronicities and you get those downloads and you pay attention to those dreams, you start becoming more aware of the language that the universe uses to speak to the human race. The universe doesn't speak English. It doesn't speak Spanish. It doesn't speak Farsi. It doesn't speak Russian. It speaks in symbols. So the code is like a computer code. When you can learn the symbols of the code, you can learn to read it. And when you can learn to read it, you can learn to interpret it, edit it, change it, read ahead. Language is the key here, and learning the universal language is what will help us along. That is inner work. That is definitely higher self work. Okay, Sagittarius, this should not be difficult for you because uh, just like Scorpio, you do tend to love that metaphysical stuff. I do have strong Sagittarius placements, and they just love all kinds of metaphysical things. Okay, so learning those symbols, synchronicities. Oh, I was just told the old stories. Okay, that quote unquote the old stories. They're talking about old mythology and old religious texts. Sagittarius, it's right up your alley. If you learn to read the symbols, you can learn to read the patterns. And patterns tell you what comes back around in cycles that you need to address. Okay. On top of that, we've got the Ten of Wands in reverse. Now, the Ten of Wands being one of the tens is a card of endings of a cycle. And with the Ten of Wands, it's the ending of a burdensome cycle. However, this is in reverse. So there may be some out there who are hanging on to an old cycle that is dying. It needs to end. It has to end. You know it's ending. But putting it down is in itself almost its own burden. The key to the reversal of this is that to lighten the load, there is people around you, or in this case, like spiritual people that can help you delegate some of the load to other people. Um, or, it's just put some of it down. Okay, put some of it down. I almost feel like this is Capricorn energy, even though this is a Wands as fire energy, Aries, Leo, or you, Sagittarius. It's an action card. It's something that you must do. Um, so you must somehow take the action of delegating some of your burden, um, even if it's not to anybody in particular. Maybe it's putting something to the side for a little while. Maybe it's like, remember in the reading, they were saying to purge what wasn't working and make room for something that will grow in the future. This could be, they're showing me somebody going through these sticks and looking at which ones still have life in them and which ones are completely dead. And you're delegating to the garbage pile which ones are no longer working. Okay. So maybe if you're not passing off the burden to somebody else, which I know might not sit well with some of you, you're at least letting it go. Okay. That's the key here. The code with the Ten of Wands reverse on top of code. This is talking about plus with the well-being card and the delusions here. I heard you're getting downloads, you're getting hints from the universe about where you can delegate or what you can release. Okay. And there is no detriment in you releasing something that is burdensome and dead. Why are you carrying around these, body bags of issues that you can't attend to? You're not going to make them grow because they're gone. They're already dead. Their cycle is complete. And like this person here, he's just dragging it around with him. Okay? This card, it does have the moon. I think that's the moon. It should be the moon. It's got the moon in it. And I believe this is the waning moon in Sagittarius right now, because this is a Sagittarius card. Um, I did see something about how the waning moon usually rises in the morning, and in this card you can see morning is breaking in the distance and illuminating that side of the moon. So being in reverse, it's like you're not putting down the burden. The cycle has come around that for that burden to be released, or at least some of those wands to be released. We can't shirk every responsibility, but we're being asked to be more discerning about which ones we're carrying. Okay? For some foundation cards from the Celtic Lenormand, we've got the birch rods, and this means contention. Um, to me, though, it's the broom. It's also the broom. So in this deck, it means arguments and conflicts. It means repetitive negative patterns. Yeah. That's what I touched on in the reading. It's time to release negative, repetitive patterns. Remember, the moon is a cyclical energy. It brings back around things that the subconscious takes out. Remember, think about the ebb and the flow of the tides. Water comes in, water goes out. When the water comes in, which meant when those emotional things come back in, all the little tide pool animals come back to life, which means it brings up old shit. Okay? So, this is a sign of releasing those repetitive negative patterns. It says, sweep away discord, bad habits. Wow. Expel grime and unhappiness. I'm sorry, this is kind of tiny writing, so I'm stuttering a little bit. Cleanse, purge, and purify your surroundings and yourself. What was I saying? I might stutter, but my cards don't lie. The next card we have here is the stork. Don't get freaked out. In this deck, the stork does not mean babies, okay? But it does mean movement. And it's not just um, chaotic movement. This is a change of position. This is a change of position, whether it's physical position or financial position, because this is a level up. This is a sign of promotion. You're moving to a different location. It could be a physical location. It could just be in standing, I'm told. Your standing is changing because you are being promoted in some way. So this means movement, relocation, improved standing. It says be receptive and listen, be calm and collected. There's quiet planning here for progress, and reserved, smart, and accepting. Wow, there's so many cards here of acceptance. But a lot of times we're advised, oh, just accept it. And it sits wrong with us because we're being told to accept something negative because we can't control it. Or, that's just the way life is. Just accept it and move on. But this energy is telling you to accept this goodness, okay? But you cannot, oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps because I just heard this earlier in a different video. You cannot hold abundance if your hands are full of these wands that you won't put down. If you keep holding on to the burden, you won't have open hands for your abundance, okay? That's the accepting energy that we're being talked to about here. This new position, but you have to be receptive to it, okay? So it's saying these two here are saying sweep away what's old, let go of what's burdensome, what's not working, what has ended, what has, um let me think here. They're showing me, I don't know why, but they're showing me like a race, a car race, a NASCAR or something like that. They're showing me a racetrack. And this person is sitting in the stands, still wanting to watch the race, but the race is long over. The cars are put away. The drivers are celebrating somewhere else. But there's a person in the stands that can't let go of the idea of wanting to keep watching the race. So they still sit there even though the cycle is over. That's what they're showing me with this. I don't know why I don't watch racing. I hope that resonates with somebody. NASCAR. The race is over. Why are you still sitting in the stands? I don't know. The third card we have here from the Lenormand is the Sun. This is wonderful. Um, it's success and energy and growth and warmth and motivation. It's masculine energy. It's restoration and vitality. That's great news. Um, Remember, I was talking about that Chiron is in Aries, and Aries being the first sign is very much the root chakra, our health, our blood, our vitality. And right now, its ruler, Mars, is retrograde in Cancer, which means its energy is subdued right now. So we may feel like we're run down, we don't have the energy, we might be achy, we might, not be sleeping well because Mars is in Cancer, and Cancer is a very dreamy sign ruled by the moon. So there may be fitful rest here. But with the Sun energy coming in, it's giving us a little bit of a power boost. Now the three together. Okay, the Sun is also the ego, represents what we put into the light for others to see. It's the truth that we choose. It's not necessarily the truth that is real. And the reason I discern a difference is because many people will interpret the Sun as, oh, illumination, something's going to be illuminated and the truth is going to be revealed, but they forget that the Sun energy is very much wrapped up in the ego energy. It rules Leo, and Leo rules the ego, the pride, and where we can be hurt in that pride. So we have to remember that the Sun doesn't always illuminate the truth. It illuminates what we allow to be in it. Okay? So we have the birch rods, which is cleaning up. It can be discord and conflict, but it's also just the broom. The reason they say it's in conflict and arguments is because in the old days, when the term having to cut a switch, it was because they used sticks of wheat or sticks of birch to make their brooms, and that's also what they used to beat each other with. Okay. So if there was a conflict, the wife of the house would take up her broom and beat the shit out of the kids or the husband or whatever. Um, you know, um, so yeah, there's conflict here. It's not some people, if there's a conflict, they pick up the swords, right? And that's to deal real damage. But the birch rods, the broom, it's just like, kind of a get away from me kind of energy, or just like expressing discontent. Okay, but then again, like with the other part of the symbolism is that is also a tool used to sweep things away. So clean out your energy. That's what the waning moon is for, letting go, releasing all that old shit, cleaning things out. I did use the allusion to cleaning out a drawer. We may be nostalgic at the moment for some sentimental things that we come across in our inner work. that maybe we're not ready to let go of, but that's where that 10 of Wands in reverse comes from, where we're not putting down the burden. We're still holding on to some things that may be tethering us to the past, to a past that did not work. Okay, so the birch rods are telling us to sweep all that away, sweep away the discord and the bad habits, expel the grime, not only in your environment but in your energy. You can look up negativity cleaning, meditations, or simple spells. You know, a you put a candle in lemon, and as the candle burns, it sucks up the negativity, and the lemon cleanses it. There's a bunch of stuff you can look up that will help you cleanse the negativity out of your space. um, and meditations you can look for that will help you clear the negativity, the cobwebs out of your mind. Because, okay, once you make room in your energy for goodness to come in, bam, here's the stork. This is a change in standing. You have some victory here. Even though the victory card didn't come out, the stork means this is a promotion or a level up. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I have to look at this a little bit closer. See, the stork is way up high here on this bell tower. This, I believe, should is it like a church, because the church bells ring, and then down here in the corner on the ground there's a cross, which in this card might denote like a graveyard and a churchyard. Okay, a cemetery and a churchyard, and then there's a path to go on a new adventure into the distance. Okay, so this is telling you to put something to rest because of the cross here. Now, the cross does appear in this deck, the cross proper, where here it's just kind of down in the corner as a little accentuating symbol down here. You are high above all of this right now. So put whatever it is to rest. The bells will ring and release it, and you have this path set before you. The storks represent movement, moving to a different position because you're being given an improved standing. And then here with the sun, it's going to illuminate that, yes, but it's also going to, this is the sign of success and energy. So you have to get through that birch rod energy of cleaning the negativity, getting past the conflicts it might cause, and releasing yourself, putting down the burdens that are keeping you from receiving, and listening to your higher self, giving you clues and signs along the way. It's also here with this in the background, this well-being card with the Seven of Cups in reverse. It's try not to use distractions or illusions or fantasy to um, band-aid your well-being, okay? Bottoms of the decks here. From the first light tarot, we've got the card Attraction. That's beautiful with the stork here. This is manifesting, bringing things towards you, attracting it. But in order to attract it, you have to change your vibration. You have to change how you function, how you think, how you feel, how you conduct yourself. It's a new energy, okay? And when you change that energy, you actually vibrate differently, and like a tuning fork, you will attract similar vibration. So if you are in clear energy, your manifestations will attract this new improved standing. However, underneath we've got the card of conspiracy, where I was talking about Jupiter in Gemini, along with in opposition to the moon in Sagittarius. And even though Gemini rules that communication and Jupiter is very open and generous communication, with the moon in your sign, there's something that's not sitting right. It's like the information is coming quickly, but there's something there's something wrong with it. You can feel it. And that's why code came out. You have to listen to those little signs. Maybe if you're in a conversation with someone and they say something that hits you a little bit wrong, you get a little bit of like the hair stands up on your shoulders or your neck or your arms, and it's a sign that what you're hearing isn't true or correct. Maybe it's sitting wrong with you. Maybe there's motives underneath. There's something here where the information that's coming to you is tainted. There is lies here. Conspiracy card here, it says hidden truths will be revealed. Okay? It says truths and the value of theory. So maybe it could just be something as simple as you having a conversation with someone and they spit out all this information, but you heard something different. Like maybe somebody says, I don't even know. So they're talking, they're like, "Yeah, I heard you can go here and do this," and they'll give you this. I think they're giving me an example of like somebody passing on information about a job, and you're like, well, I was just on that website and they said they're not hiring. So there's something in the information that isn't quite jiving. Okay. um it can be that, but it can be anything else. It can be just watch your conversations with other people and definitely pay attention to how your brain, how your heart, how your body reacts to the what you're being told, okay? Underneath that, there's your card, Temperance. You're showing up for yourself, Sagittarius. Temperance is a balancing and a remixing of a combinations of things that may not have worked in the past, or maybe you didn't think would work now. Um, the thing with Sagittarius is that they are the chemists, the alchemists, okay, the magicians. And what did alchemists do? What did the early chemists do? They said, I have this rock and this liquid and this chemical, and I've got a candle and a plate. Let's throw it all together and see what happens. And then they learn the combinations that work or the combinations that explode. And you do that by trial and error and by taking ingredients out and putting new combinations together. This is you, Temperance. And it's all in order to find a balance. It's finding literally a solution that works. So there is something here about combining something that maybe you didn't have use of before, because it's coming after the attraction card. So you may be attracting some new, like I said, components, ingredients, um, maybe people into your life that can help, people that weren't there before that can come in and offer something different to you that you can use in trying to make this new combination. Okay. Bottom of the decks of the Gilded, we've got the Ten of Cups. I love this. This is complete emotional fulfillment. This is happiness, a happy home, cared for loved ones. Your pets are happy. There's bees on this card, which is a symbol of community and cooperation. Underneath that, you've got strength. Leo energy. Strength is really interesting because it's the lion of the ego, okay? And the person in it with them represents the Empress card off her throne. She is the epitome of feminine energy. I'm not saying it's a woman energy, feminine energy, meaning it's receptive and calm and patient and nurturing. Um, Again, that's not designated just to women. People in general are a balance of masculine and feminine energy, okay? It has to be that way. That's how the souls progress. You balance the energies within you. Um, so this feminine energy is wrestling with the ego. And sometimes it shows me the image of when you have a pet and it's got something in its mouth, and you've got to wrestle it away from them. And the Empress has to come down off her throne, and she has to wrestle with the ego and say, why do you have that? Why are you still dealing with that? Why is that in your mouth? That is not for you. Put it down, spit it out, get rid of it. Stop interacting with that. And all the ego can think is, because I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I don't care. And that's the thing here. The key with strength is that it's not that it's designating you have strength. What it's saying is that when you balance your power and your peace, then you are in an energy of strength. Okay? After that, we've got the Five of Swords, which is good. So it's good that you have to balance yourself in order to come into your strength energy, because you have, again, this conflict here. Now, the Five of Swords is the ending of a conflict, okay? But it's a bittersweet ending here. There's no winners. There's no winner here. And everybody's going to walk away with some kind of loss. But at least it's done, okay? So that all together. And then we're going to move on to get ancestor messages. So let's do this again. They want me to go through this again. 10 of Cups. This is Capricorn energy. Capricorn, because, okay, so in Sagittarius, when the soul is going through the zodiac and it comes into Sagittarius, it's releasing um it's releasing bondage and it's becoming free. It is a sign of freedom. That's why they're the wanderers. They don't want to be tied down. You want to explore everything you can. It feels like after Virgo and Libra and Scorpio that all this work has been done and now you just want to party. Your soul wants to party. So you don't want to be tied down to anything. Okay? I call Sagittarius the wanderer. Wandering hands, wandering feet, wandering minds, wandering mouths, wandering lips, wandering eyes, wandering hearts, wandering everything. Papa's gotta keep it moving. Okay? Um, after that, after the soul experiences all of that, then it comes to Capricorn. And then Capricorn, we settle down and start thinking about the long term. We start thinking about our legacy. We start thinking about our finances and our how we take care of ourselves and the people around us. Okay, so after the party phase, then we come home and we're like, man, I really need to get to work. I spent a lot of time just out there sowing my oats and, partying and being jovial and free and experiencing everything. And all of that is so important. All of that is an extremely important stage of development. But here at the 10 of Cups in Capricorn energy, now we are thinking about legacy, what we leave behind. Because Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are the last three signs before the soul moves on. So these last three signs are preparing and distributing what the life has accumulated. And here in the 10 of Cups is the enjoyment of what you have accumulated. Okay? Let's see, enjoyment, strength, and ending of discord. That's beautiful. Under that, we've also got the 10 of Pentacles. That's wonderful. That also is Capricorn energy. 10 of Pentacles. That is the legacy right there. 10 of Cups is that emotional, everything, the emotional fulfillment. The emotional fulfillment on top of strength is maybe giving you strength to end a certain cycle. Okay, maybe that's what they're saying. So coming to this 10 of Cups, you are coming into an energy of strength, and you're able to put aside any conflict that may have arise around you. Ten of Pentacles, that's the legacy there. I love it. I love it. So now we're going to go on to the Ancestor Oracle messages. I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you're vibing with my content, please take a moment to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, share my videos. It helps the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I'm open to personal readings and birth chart inquiries. And for any small donation, I'd love to do you a 3-card spread as a thank you. Email, Venmo, Cash App are all in my description. I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. So we're going to get 2 Ancestor Oracle messages here. And then we'll get some final little inspiring thoughts from the theme deck, and we'll wrap it up. I hope that resonated for you, Sagittarius. Placements with the moon in you. Basically, we're being asked not to use distractions for our well-being, to actually do the work of releasing things, to delegate so that we can rest and end the cycle, to tap into our higher self so we can listen to our dreams and get the messages that the divine is sending us through signs. There's going to be an upgrade in our position soon. That's going to come to light, but there is some work to be done in the ego. That could be that Chiron and Aries energy. One more, please. I'll take that one. Oh, I haven't seen these cards in a long time. I like that because sometimes the same cards will come out in a cycle together for a while, and then it'll come back around to some cards, that I haven't seen in a while. I like that. Okay, broken arrow, drum. Okay, drum is dream and journey. Let me turn this down a little bit. I'm going to set, no, I'll hold it. Let me turn on the brightness real quick. Where's the arrow? Okay, that looks better. All right, the drum. It says journey inwards to discover insights and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. What was it saying in well-being? It said accept guidance and enlightenment. This could be guidance and enlightenment about what is distracting you. This says it says you're very concerned. Oh, I'm sorry. You're very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surrounds you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs. What was I talking about before? About clearing the cobwebs in your head. Wow. Like I said, I might stutter, but my cards don't lie. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination, but guidance, particularly if it is coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams do come true. Know it and live it. Okay, so where it was saying, it's not your imagination, but guidance. The guidance was on the well-being card, particularly if it's coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. That's that code card. Okay. All right, that's the drum. Mm. Know it and live it. That's how I was talking about vibration. If you vibrate to attract, remember we had the attraction card here? Vibrate to attract what you want to manifest. Now, this card we have here, I haven't seen in a while. It's the White Witch. It says, be the light. This says, take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from lower energy experiences. So no matter what is happening to you or around you, you have a choice. Choose not to be pulled into drama, bickering. What's that? Where was the bickering? The birch rods. Choose not to be drawn into that drama, because with the stork card, you have a path set before you where you have an increase in standing. Choose not to be pulled into drama, bickering, or energies that are just going to limit your joy. If you're surrounded by people who are hostile towards you or someone else, or you have, or you are in a regressive situation, a negative situation, perhaps in your workplace, you're being invited to be the light. You are an incredible person and you can really bring light. So how can you change the energy? How can you redirect the conversation to love? How can you protect yourself? How can you help the person that is being picked on? Or are you the one who is guilty of causing a drama? You will know the answers. Know also that you are being encouraged to shine light where you shine light. Shine the light you were born to shine. Ugh. Ugh, I hate those tiny little words. There you go. Owl energy. Okay. Be the light. Oh, I love that. So we'll get some final theme cards here for some. I just like I call it an advice. I don't know what else to call it. Oh, 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 the Hermit. Okay. That's the light. Oh, Cheesemate. Oh, okay, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by gossip. What was the White Witch just talking about? Huh? Gossip and drama. Now here comes the Cheesemate card. Nope. One second, please, Sedge. Just do that for now. We're almost done. Okay, Cheesemate. The tea. This is gossip, news, visitors catching up, information, conversation, and the grapevine. So you may be having a visitor. Like I was saying before, where were we? Meow, hi. Where I was saying somebody may it was conspiracy card, where somebody may come in with some information, but it doesn't sit right, right? Maybe it's useless information. Maybe it's just gossip. Maybe it's a lie maybe it's misinformation, right? Here we have the Hermit card. Look inward to the divine. That's the star of the divine. Moth energy and Virgo energy. Oh, where's the other card I just have? This says, this came out the other day, and it says, be okay with not knowing for sure what might come next, but know that whatever it is, you will be okay. Okay? Let's see what else we got. Hi, baby. I have a cat near me. Just give me a few more for Sagittarius with the moon. Is that the only one? Ooh, a soulmate. Ooh, a soulmate. Is that what you're attracting? We do have the Ten of Cups here, but it's in the future, right? So maybe after this movement, maybe after this improved standing, this promotion, letting go of some toxic energy, now you're out in the sun, you're able to revitalize yourself. And what did we have in the bottom of the deck? But we had the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Swords. There is a very good opportunity here to end some cycles. We can end some toxic cycles, and we can come into the fruition of some cycles that are meant to be our reward. Oh, that's too many. I'll take that one. Let's see what we got here. So we've got, like I said, the soulmate coming in. We've also got, when necessary, raise hell. You may be in an energy where you have to defend yourself on something. That's interesting because I think over here, way in the future, you had the Five of Wands, which is like fighting again, like just rivalry. And you had the Seven of Wands, which is kind of feeling a little off your game, defending yourself. Oh, we've got a Tower. Now, listen. There is something coming through that will clear the playing field here, okay? Let it happen. This is called storm warning. It is upheaval and restructuring and cleansing away the old. Think of in the street, there's garbage in the street, and then a strong rainstorm comes through, and yeah, it'll shake the windows and you might lose power for a couple hours, but when it's done, all that crap is out of the street. And what does that do but clear the energy for movement? Okay, this says not all storms come to disrupt your life, some come to clear your path. Oh, 777 divine path. You're right where you should be, and you are serving your divine purpose. Now, the last card we have here is Grasshopper. Situations in the balance require careful handling. So, I believe there is an energy here. After we do some inner work, and we can clear away that negativity, we can put down that burdensome cycle that we're going through, and we can get some clarity about where we want to go. This opens up an avenue towards some really great love, a connection. The soulmates here, 777, the divine path is here. The Ten of Cups is here. The Ten of Pentacles is here. Attraction is here. So there is energy here where love is possible in the future. They're telling me to take this one top card. This is a feeling of lack, this empty chest, absence, loss, and scarcity. So this may be something that you're dealing with now. And that may be why you can't let go of that Ten of Wands, because letting it go, I heard if I don't have this, there's nothing else. That could be that distraction card. There's some, okay, this will be my last message because we're coming up on an hour already. Some people can't put down a burdensome cycle, even if it hurts, because the pain is all they have that links them to that past cycle. Okay? So if we let that go, if we think of weeding a garden, if we pull out the weeds that are choking out the life of the rest of the garden, there's gaping holes left. And that here is that feeling of absence and loss. So we've got to work through that feeling that if we let go of something, that we're going to have that empty feeling. But that space is necessary to fill it with the seeds of growing new things for us in the future. So I hope that resonated, Sagittarius. What do we have coming up? We've got a collective reading, a love reading with the fairies, And finally, in a few days, Mars goes direct and we get that energy boost. I can't wait. I'm going to come back with a great reading for that in a couple days. So until I see you then, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, thanks. Bye.